Let's get into that time of the weekend. Thank God it's Friday, so it's going to be a lot of sporting actions. It happens every day, but when it's weekend, there's a lot more of sporting actions, whether on the track, on the field, in the water, wherever, even some folks jumping out of the skies. But we'll look at the Nigerian sporting industry. Insurance is something. So let's talk about sports insurance with Kayode Tijani, a veteran sports journalist and the CEO at Sports Exclusive. Good morning. Thanks for coming through. It's good to have you here. I caught you on social media yesterday, Twitter to be more precise, and it's all about insurance in the sporting industry. I've always wondered how you folks make all the money in the world buying a single player, and people say his legs has been insured. As Lionel Messi said, his legs has been insured. And I said, how do you insure someone's leg? How much does it worth to insure my legs if I play football?
Well, it takes a lot, and I must tell you that we've not keyed in now. I mean, Nigeria and Africa. Africa, Egypt, Ghana, South Africa especially, the best when it comes to insurance now in Africa. Nigeria, we've not started, and it's absurd. There's a Nigerian player, Oduduwa, who was supposed to go to the Olympic Games. He got injured. And right now, his club tried to do some things in Dubai for him at the hospital. $30,000 US. The club he was supposed to play for abroad, signed for. He had about 2-3 of them. And now his career is in disarray because the Nigerian Football Federation, the sports ministry, they're like, who is responsible? Because for Olympics, it's supposed to be in sports ministry of, it's absurd. And in his career. And let me remind you, Samuel Okaraji, quintessential professional, one of the most educated at his age then. He was on top of the world. Biggest clubs in the world were ready for him. He came here, played, and all of a sudden, Nigeria, Angola, fell down, died. Nobody cared till now. Till now. For 27 years. That Sam died. It was only in 2016, last year, the NFL president, Amaju Pinnick, put a call to the mom. That's all. Up till now, nothing was done, and he died playing for Nigeria. So that tells you exactly the Oduduwa case. That tells you all the players there now, anything happens to them, they are on their own, and it's absurd. Because even in South Africa, Senzo Meyiwa died. He was shot, a goalkeeper then. And they had problems with his insurance. Like I told you, South Africa is really all right with insurance. They had problems with insurance because the club was supposed to collect 50% of the insurance because they insured the player, and they, Mwamba Fabrice almost died playing for Bolton against Spurs in England, which is one of the best places when it comes to insurance. What happened is that he insured himself. He collects £35,000 a week, and the club equally now insured themselves too. Because like what happened eventually, which you don't, insurance is perceived. Does not mean somebody's going to die or lose his life or get mean for life. But those who know what it is, know what it is. Insurance companies in Nigeria, I don't think they've really thought about this, because when it comes to, okay, I was telling you about Mwamba, £35,000 per week, and the club insured for $5 million because that's what they paid for him. That's what he's worth. So when that happened, both smiled to the bank. It was not good for Mwamba because he wanted to play, but at least he will not, like so a lot of Nigerian players, they get injured, they're on their own. That was not happening to him.
Where's the problem here for the Nigeria sport insurance market? Is it with the Ministry of Sports? Is it with the NFF, if you go the way of football? With the sports administrators in general, with the club sides, who should really engage this issue when budgeting is done every year? Is there something line item that says, look, this is something here for insurance, for our boys, for our girls?
Well, but I've been on Channel TV, and I said the only way Nigerian sports, football, athletics, boxing, badminton, whatever, can make any progress at all is for the government to disengage itself from it.
To privatize it,
exactly, because
totally.
Those who really are serious about sports is not the government that you rely on like this. Okay, the NFF has made some moves. The whole company is putting in some money, paying for all the coaches and all, which was a challenge. The LMC is trying its best, really, Shehu Diko and all from Nuka, Barabos time. But we are not even, to me, it's not an exaggeration, we're not even 10% where we're supposed to be, potentially. South Africa has a very strong, insurance policy, an insurance outfit. Let me even get to you. The Lloyd's in England. Lloyd's in England make billions of pounds.
The Lloyd's financial
mid-season. When it comes to the European mid-season, because everybody rushes to them. It's very simple. When you sign a player, when he does the medicals, if he passes the medicals, the next thing you are doing is to go and insure them.
Because when I watch, a few times, I watch international football, and I see all the advertisements around the football field. I see insurance companies like Lloyd's as well.
Yeah, that's why it's an anomaly that we've not keyed into it at this kind of time.
I haven't seen any Nigerian insurance company, when we're paying the local league, say, hey, I can see the advertisements around the football pitch.
No, it's not there. I mean, nobody, unless somebody comes to tell us it is, it's not. Let's be very frank. Like Egypt has a lot of problems with their football, the government problems, the political and everything. But still, the Professional Football Association, former players who are running the association and say, you know what, we care about what happens to our players, make sure that they set up an insurance, a logical one in Egypt. Mahdi Abdul Ghani, they call him the bulldozer in Egypt. He came and did that. The same thing in almost every major country, Professional Football Association. But you know what? In Nigeria, we are so cheap. I'm sorry to say that the Professional Football Association in Nigeria that is supposed to be fighting for the professionals are themselves fighting each other. They have no respect from the NFF, no respect from the NOC, no respect from the sports ministry. Nobody cares about them. Nobody trusts you. You can even not run your house. And this Muamba that I told you almost died is immediately that happened to him, and he tried to continue to play football. Medically, it was not possible to do. They warned him. Now he's there in the education sector. So the insurance PFA of South Africa, the equivalent of the Players Association, former players, what they've done is to monitor any player, anything happens to you. If the player dies, they ensure that the South African Football Association and of course the insurance company, the money gets to the family of the bereaved. If it's an injury that maims him for life, they'll make sure it gets the money. So in a lot of ways, we are not really, we don't really know what's going on in the world.
It's been years I've listened to folks like yourself and our team here, in-house here, talk about government gets out of sports in Nigeria, let's have professionals. Do you think perhaps this is one major reason the insurance companies aren't coming through? Because sometimes when they look at where the players go, the allowances are not paid.
No, you've answered the question. If you you've answered it. You answered the question you're asking. Because if you, that I know, if you had an insurance company, you are such a lovely human being, but when it comes to the business, you're just changing it.
We all change when it comes to money.
This is business, seriously now. It is business. No insurance company will put, all his might in, because you see, the FA...
You're not sure whether premium is going to be paid.
Exactly. Because this is the follow it to the life. Let me shock you. I will do some research.
Because we left some boys in Atlanta, where is it?
Exactly.
And they're on their way to somewhere.
That's not even...
So is that bad?
Oh, worse than that, because let me shock you. The way things are now, all the players... In fact, there was even a time, because we shouldn't even be talking about insurance now when it comes to Nigeria. You know why? The LMC, like I told you, I'm a big fan of the LMC. But let's be frank now. You are talking insurance. I was telling you about, look at Manchester United. They are talking in billions. In 2012, when Manchester United went to the New York stock market, a lot of people didn't understand. Now everybody's rushing in there. To the one in Britain, to the one in Germany. These clubs are not football clubs. They are businesses. Big. The kind of money they are talking about doesn't make logical sense anymore.
I don't know.